Good evening, everybody. I'm Chapman Chen. So now I wish to talk about the de facto sovereignty of Hong Kong, the autonomy of Hong Kong, and China's encroachment upon Hong Kong's autonomy. In fact, Hong Kong has been a city-state, an autonomous city-state, for more than 117 years, since the British took over Hong Kong in mid-19th century. Why I say that Hong Kong has been a city-state is because Hong Kong has had its own legal system, its own law, that is common law, and its own currency, and also its own civil service, and also its own international financial system, and also its language, that is Cantonese and traditional Chinese characters. Cantonese instead of Putonghua, and traditional Chinese characters instead of simplified Chinese characters. And Hong Kong has been able to join international organizations and associations on its own independently, on the same path as the UK and as China. For example, WTO and WHO. So we can see that Hong Kong has been an autonomous city-state for 170 years. Unfortunately, since the handover of Hong Kong to China, China has encroached upon the autonomy and the city-state status of Hong Kong. In fact, China has been recolonizing Hong Kong instead of decolonizing Hong Kong. For example, China has sent a huge number of new immigrants to Hong Kong, and Hong Kong is such a small place that it cannot accommodate so many people, so many new immigrants from China, and so much the more, Hong Kong has no say in determining what kind of people can immigrate into Hong Kong from China, and this is grossly unfair and unjust. And also, there are now tens of millions of cross-border tourists from China into Hong Kong, and they have badly affected the traffic of Hong Kong and the housing of Hong Kong, and also the public order and hygiene of Hong Kong, etc., and etc. And the new immigrants from China are in fact colonizers. They are not refugees, quite unlike the refugees that flooded into Hong Kong before 1997. And as soon as those new immigrants enter Hong Kong, they can enjoy all the social benefits and welfare of local Hong Kong citizens. This is colonization. And also, there is the educational policy of teaching the Chinese subjects and even other subjects in Putonghua instead of in Cantonese, which is the mother tongue of most local Hong Kong citizens. And this is brainwashing and education. And also there are a huge lot of white elephant projects going on in Hong Kong, such as the development of North-East new territories. And these projects are not for the good of Hong Kong people. They only serve the interests of China. And this is, of course, colonization. And also, the Hong Kong government and the political parties in the LegCo, that is Legislative Council, are not serving the interests of local Hong Kong people. Most of them serve the interests of China instead of Hong Kong. And this is outrageous. And the consequence, what is the consequence of all these measures and policies of colonization or recolonization? The consequence is the recent yellow umbrella revolution that is still going on. And we have no choice but to take out to the streets and fight for democracy and universal suffrage and autonomy of Hong Kong. So, as the co-signatory to the Sino-British Joint Declaration, the UK has the responsibility to make sure that we can enjoy genuine universal suffrage and basic human rights in Hong Kong. And because China, as aforesaid, has been violating the Joint Declaration. That is why we have come here this cold and chilly and rainy evening to urge the UK government and the British MPs to look into the implementation of the Joint Declaration in Hong Kong. So now let's shout some slogan. China is fishy and frightened. China is fishy and frightened. And we support the British MP's visit to Hong Kong. We support the British MP's visit to Hong Kong. Thank you.